a man that won the world's strongest. What the fuck is going on? Jamie Booker won the
Well, I have an inkling.
title of strongest woman at strongest woman competition in Arlington, Texas. Man. She's not having it, bro. Like, she's pissed. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, you worked your fucking ass off and have that happen. That's crazy.
So at the weekend, the official Strongman Games happened, and this is a federation.
See, the whole men and women's sport thing is still going on. We're not to stop fighting until every case of this is done.
People go to and compete to find out who's the best at the world in their weight class. So, for instance, they have like the men's under 83 kilo, the men's 90 kilo, the men's 105 kilo, the men's open. They have the women's 63s, the women's 73s, etc. And it's an amazing event, run by some amazing people.
Yep.
And it is also a qualifying process for Giants Live, which in turn
is a big
qualifying process for the World's Strongest Man. So it is in terms of top tier federations, official Strongman Games, we've got World's Strongest Man, we've got Giants Live, and then we've got official Strongman Games. It's literally...
So it's like the third one down.
Number 1, number 2, number 3. All the other competitions are underneath that in terms of accolade.
Okay.
You know? So official Strongman Games is an amazing event.
So it's like the third tier event.
Decide who is the strongest person on this planet. One of the events hosted this weekend was the world's strongest woman. Now, I only came across this because I saw a post from Andrea Thompson, who has won world's strongest woman in the past and has held the world record deadlift, etc.
Good for her.
She's an amazing human being.
Yeah.
And the post I was just getting this vibe from this post that Andrea was almost like retiring. That's the vibe I got. It was like, I'm, kind of like, this is the last time, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the post exactly, but it just didn't give a good vibe. So I was like, something isn't right there. So I dug in. Who beat Andrea? Because Andrea's a phenomenal strength athlete. Who beat Andrea Thompson? And the name, Jamie Booker, popped up. So I went on their profile. So the bio is Pro Strong Woman. She's put in a latest title from the weekend, World's Strongest Woman 2025, North America's Strongest Woman, second place, the classic first place, personal trainer, DM for inquiry. Now, at face value, everything seems normal, and if you go into her profile, she's put events from the weekend.
So the thing that never happens happened?
Yep.
So just so I understand this, so the thing that they always say never was going to happen, and the thing literally, like, how is it possible? I'll get to it. I'll get to the South Park.
So she's got a coach. Just everything like good luck at official Strongman Games. Everything looks normal. Like there's a bit of a training here doing sandbags, 225 pound sandbags, which is 100 kilo.
Right.
Look at that, mowing it.
That's a lot.
Super strong. 121 pound, I'm gonna assume pound dumbbell.
That's a lot.
Last set before.
That's like me.
And she's smashing it. Yeah,
it's like the size of me.
It's going up. Look how easy it looks.
Yeah.
And if you keep going down, you've got some feats of strength.
Okay.
Like deadlifting 140 kilos.
That seems like a lot.
Very, very easily.
It's like 300 pounds.
Look at that. Like, stiff leg.
Damn.
Yeah, Jesus.
How about that?
Next 141 pound dumbbell.
Wow.
For a double. So what's that, like 65 kilo? Wow.
Jesus.
This is a strong lady.
Yeah, it sure
so
is.
I asked a few other people, like, where did this Jamie Booker come from? And then I got a response I was not expecting. So the response was like, Ed, my God, Jamie Booker is a man. No one knew. She entered as a lady, put on a registration as a lady, did the whole competition as a lady, spoke as a lady, acted as a lady, and she turns out to be a man. And
yeah.
How the fuck did this actually happen?
Yeah.
How did this
South Park predicted it
actually happen?
Then I get sent some OnlyFans pictures, which I won't put on.
Almost.
Yeah, but yeah, there is irrefutable evidence that Jamie Booker is a man. I've seen it myself.
I've seen it myself. Say no more. Say no more. For enough has already been imagined.
I've seen the tackle. I won't tackle myself, and he's definitely not a lady. So it brings me onto this. Like, geez, what the has gone down?
What the fuck?
Wow. Firstly, official strongman and the people that run it, I know, are amazing people, and I know deep down they would not have allowed this to happen had they known. But mistakes have been made, and this.
Well, that's good. It wasn't a case of woke organizers. It's a case of dishonest leftists.
I say mistake. I'm going to say deceit by Jamie Booker. Jamie Booker it's almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing, isn't it? Just like,
bro, he's just going in on it.
Yeah, this wasn't trans. He didn't claim to be trans. He claimed to be a woman. This isn't even a trans issue practically anymore. This is just well, you might think of himself as trans, but he doesn't say it. He didn't announce it at competition. He competed as a woman.
Actually, fucking like, and this is a big deal. I really respect Eddie for coming out and saying this, because, you know, like, this guy.
I would too. I mean, even people that defend trans competing in sports, I don't think they defend trans competing dishonestly, not saying they're trans and competing in sports. Because even those that defend trans competing in sports, they need a certain amount of years of hormones, etc. So having someone compete as a woman, but not declaring it, I think even trans activists would be against that. But perhaps I'm giving trans activists too much credit.
Guy, like, I mean, he's won strongman competitions before in the past, like, so, you know, him as like one of the, like, I would say, like, you know, pinnacle athletes in this field, coming out and saying this is really necessary and really appreciated. Yeah, this is great.
But in disguise, entered a man entering a women's strength contest. Now, if it was the other way around, so like, right, so let's say a woman transitioned to a man and entered a man's strength contest, they haven't got a hell's chance, like, no.
Everybody knows it, and everybody knows it's so obvious.
Yes,
of
everyone
course.
knows that.
No, doesn't matter how big that.
The British police are dragging Eddie out of his house as he speaks.
Is how strong that woman is.
Have you seen the British police lately? They can't even knock down a door there. Too much diversity hires.
A man into a man strongman contest. They are not winning.
Yeah, have fun.
Point blank, done. Discussion over. But for a man, like a low level, not even an amateur, like a beginner strongman, transitioned into a woman and then into the woman's strongman contest.
That's crazy.
They'll most likely win, just because of the sheer strength difference.
Because it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's not, like, I don't even know what to say about this. It's so obvious.
Again, a trainee, this means strongest man, and the trainee would be down here. That's still above everything on the women's side.
Just human nature. It's just the way we are. It's the DNA. And this has happened. Like,
this has happened. Yeah.
I'm not going to say lied, but it's just deceited.
It's hard to know how.
Pretty sure she lied just by going there.
What happened, right? I mean, we don't know how it happened. I mean, a mistake could have been made. It could have been an oversight.
Oh, she didn't realize she was competing in the women's competition. And when she was standing on that podium, she didn't realize people around her were all women. No, she knew what he knew what he was doing.
Right. Maybe it was a lie. I mean, who knows?
Up front. Like, you should have been up front.
Biology re.
I'm a man. I now identify as a woman and I want to compete in the women's World's Strongest Woman. And what most likely would have happened is the official Strongman Games and the owners probably would have gone, right, okay, there's obviously a class for this. Can anybody else enter with you? And let's create a transsexual strongest person.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. Exactly, yeah. You want to have a third league and have people that have, you know, like,
can't cut it in the men's league.
Different gender identifications compete in that. That's fine. Yeah, what's the problem with that? Go ahead.
I don't know, world's strongest person, okay? So most likely that's what would have happened. But it's just the fact that she's done this under the radar and deceived a lot of people and a lot of women. Now,
I mean, the thing is, like,
It's just
that's
unfair.
crazy if she actually didn't even say that. Like, if you're actively trying to hide the fact that you are the other gender, especially for something
It's just cheating, pure and simple.
like this, right? Where you do have an innate physical advantage for, that's crazy. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
what grinds on me is that these women put their heart and soul. Let me just bring up Andrea Thompson. So here we have Andrea Thompson.
I really hope he's going to use the like that they're putting in all the effort and he's taking advantage of it. Like, I want to see that.
She is a sports person.
He's stealing sponsors from those women. He's stealing opportunities. He's stealing fame. He's stealing the actual trophy. He's committing fraud, that guy. He should be barred from any competitions ever again.
Silverback athlete. 2018 World's Strongest Woman Opens. 2023
Good for
World's
her.
Strongest Woman Masters 40 Plus.
Wow.
Qualified PT online coach. And if you go down to Andrea Thompson's profile, you'll see posts of her, like this is one of the trophy. This is the post I saw. My last official Strongman Games, World's Strongest Woman 2025.
Wow.
Now that to me implies that this is her last time she'll be at World's Strongest Woman. Most will be pleased with second. I'm not, came for the win, but
I wouldn't be pleased either, given the situation.
in hindsight, I knew loading the stones would be my weakness, but we always hope for a miracle. Congratulations to all ladies who put in a good fight. Some dark horses who I know will see again moving up the ranks. Fight.
Some dark horses who I know we will see again moving up the ranks. Yeah.
Some dark horses. Is that what she called it? A dark horse. How about that?
Came out of nowhere and just won.
People support messages and kind words I received. No time to dwell on what could have been. I'm off to Singapore.
You don't hear that a lot.
That was 5 hours ago, so I'm sure this is going to be after all the controversies come to light.
Of course.
Andrea Thompson, I mean, look, this is her doing the deadlift.
500, Jesus.
Sounds like it was a close contest. Like Andrea Thompson is a powerhouse.
So she almost won even with competing against a biological male.
Yep.
That's fucking impressive.
Andrea has give her heart and soul to this sport. Like she has dedicated.
Yeah. Someone's given their heart and soul, spent years on it, and then you have some just dishonest bastard that comes in and takes it all away.
Her life.
Right.
She's a strong woman. She's probably worked a full-time job during the whole process as well. Sacrificed time with her partners, her kids.
Yep, sure. Absolutely.
Like she's given her life to strong woman. Now, that's what grinds on me is that somebody's sacrificed.
I'm really glad that he's using this line of like argumentation because it's like kind of emotional messaging, but I think it's the one type of messaging that is the most counter to
it. The other side, trans activists use emotional messaging, so it's the best way to counter them.
The acceptance of it is that you're basically taking advantage of a person's entire life's work.
I mean, that this other woman, would she have given her life to the sport if she knew that at the height of her career, when she was about to win, a man would have steal that victory from her? Would she have tried that hard? It's not just the victory that was stolen. It's the hopes and dreams of all the other women that ever considered being the strongest. If at any time a man could just show up and steal it away, is it really something I want to pour my life into? It's so crippling that way.
And, you know, them being at the pinnacle of their athletic career, and then you're just doing this because, and this person now is not able to reap the benefits or the satisfaction of being able to achieve that. I'm very, very glad to see this. I totally agree with him too, obviously. It's
Yeah, completely agree.
both emotional and logical. Yeah, I guess so.
So much. If that was my daughter in that situation and she...
And that happened, I might be punching someone. If it was my daughter. Even if I got my ass kicked afterwards, given how big he is. I'm big myself, but he has 100 pounds on me at least.
Took her body to the limits, took her body to the absolute breaking point, and put her relationships at risk, sacrificed time with her kids, spent thousands of pounds on physio, food, recovery, travel, to then go a contest and lose to a man. I'd be fucking, wow, yeah.
I'd be absolutely livid. Any competition, if you spend years of training for, and then someone cheats and beats you, absolutely furious.
I'd be really angry if that was...
Yeah, I'd be fucking furious too, absolutely. Yeah, it sucks.
If that was my daughter. And I've got daughters, and I don't want my daughters to grow up in a world where that's okay, because it's just not okay.
It's not fair.
It's cheating, and cheating destroys integrity of sports.
Yeah, it's not fair. And the problem is that there will be some people that will come and take what he's saying here as being transphobic or something.
There definitely will be people that come here and take it like that. And you should ignore all those people.
Something like that. But this is one of the instances, like, we're not talking about somebody, like identifying as something like, or where.
Those people value the validation of one trans individual over the hopes and dreams of basically all women. It's like they're willing to hurt tens or hundreds of thousands of women, millions of women, hurt their dreams, their aspirations, everything, in order to validate one trans man. Those people are evil.
Wearing a dress, or whether somebody's able to wear makeup, like you're really talking about, this is one of the biological differences. It's kind of like all of these people talk constantly about how gender and sex are two different things, but this is one of the instances where actually that argumentation works against you, because in this instance you're talking about sexual advantages, like genuine sexual advantages that are based off of the innate characteristics of someone being a male or a female. And really, I think that transcends any sort of social messaging, right? It goes way, way beyond that.
So I really feel...
Why do you keep saying she? Oh, I don't care, because here's the reason why. This is the...
Yes, because he is a streamer. And a few years ago, it was still to the point where if he actually called a she a he, he'd get so much hate, he might get thrown off Twitch. That was the point. I think it's changed a little bit since then, hopefully, but he has to acknowledge that reality. That's why.
This is the reason why. I don't have a problem with people identifying as trans. I have a problem with people identifying as trans and then invading women's spaces.
It's roleplay. I hate to say it. It's roleplay. Like a furry pretends to be something they're not. A trans person pretends to be something not the same way. And like Asmongold, I have no problem with that. I have a problem when a trans individual expects the rest of the world to go along with their role play. That's what I have a problem with. When they think they can go into women's sports or women's restrooms, changing rooms. It's so abusable, and there are bad actors that abuse that. No. If you want to do that, I might even humor your role play if I respect you, but don't try to impose it on others. And someone who cheats this way, I'm definitely not using the right pronouns for, because I view them as a cheater, and I don't care about their feelings at all.
That's what I have a problem with. So, like, if you want to be trans, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, right? You want to wear a dress, wear makeup, and call yourself a woman and get surgery for it? Have fun, right? It's your life. You're going to be able to...
It's roleplay, and you can do whatever roleplay you want in your life, as long as you don't try to force it on others.
Do what you want. And also, if you don't want to respect somebody's pronouns, then don't do it. I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not your dad. But, like, I'm just telling you the way that I do things, right? Is I usually generally respect people's pronouns, but at the same time, I recognize that there's a biological difference between a trans woman and a bi...
Problem is, someone watch your videos are informative. People watch them to get the news. And if you call this he a she, some of the people just tuning in your chat will think it's actually a she. It's not informative. You're deceiving your audience by humoring this person, this pronoun. And in this case, where you know they've cheated, they're not a good person, humoring them I don't think it's the right place to use it. I really would not be using the she pronoun in this case, Asmongold.
Biological woman. I think this is, by the way,
Want to humor them in other cases, sure, but when they're clearly bad actors, why go along with their role play?
My perspective on this is the perspective that I think most people have. Like, they're willing to play ball and be reasonable and be polite, but at the same time, don't wear it out.
People shouldn't be forced to go along with the role play of others. If someone wants to do that, sure, they can keep around people that are willing to go along with that role play, but you have no duty to go. If someone's a furry, do you have a duty to go along with their role play? No, it's insane. So there's no duty to go along with pronouns. Now, you can do that to be cordial, but that's extending a favor.
I do.
But those people view it as a right, and if you don't do it, you should get canceled. And they have no gratitude if you use the right pronouns because they figure they're entitled to it. It's that mentality that's so asinine.
I think this is the way most people feel. No, dude, that's fine.
No, Asmongold, I think a lot of, especially your audience, have reached the point. Well, no, this insanity has gone way too far. It needs to end, and they're not going to be using. They'll be using the pronouns of their biological sex. Period. I think that's probably a majority of your audience.
I mean, if you don't feel that way, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you that you have to think the way that I think. I'm just sharing the way that I feel. You ask me a question, there's my answer. There you go.
Or Andrea, and she's probably too polite. Like, doesn't want to have a battle online. And
well, no, it's because nobody, and the thing is, like, she doesn't have a big social media presence like Eddie has, right? Like, nobody knows her really in the same level that, like, they know Eddie Hall. Like, he's like one of the like top most well-known people in the sport. So it's like whenever you come out and you say something like that, you're going to have a ton of people that will attack you maliciously and like be hyper hostile to you if you speak out against this at all. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at her not speaking out about this. I'd be afraid to do it too. Yeah, I totally get it.
Get into the ins and outs of it. You know, she's too nice. But something needs to be done here, and I think I think now the truth is out, and I think now the news has come out. She is a man. I have a feeling.
Well, I think that.
Can you imagine poor people that go to that man's OnlyFans, and then sign up, and then they see a wiener? They're like, what? I didn't pay for this. No, I'm kidding.
Really, this is what I know. Like, if this person didn't say that they were trans whenever they entered into the contest, they did so on a level of bad faith that
it's cheating, Asmongold, pure and simple.
It's just completely manipulative and extremely problematic. So to me, like, that's how I see it, is that, like, this is a person that very clearly is acting in bad faith. They're trying to do something that they shouldn't be trying to do.
Has he called it cheating once? Because this is just cheating. There's no need to pussy around. It's just cheating.
The title will be revoked by Will's official statement. I think now the news has come out. She is a man. I have a feeling that the title will be revoked by Will's official strongman games,
right.
And the people that own it will do the right thing because they are good people. And it's not about upsetting Jamie or anything. It's not about that. It's just about doing the right thing.
About the woman, biological woman who trained for years, gets the recognition she deserves.
If they want to come and compete in strong man, strong woman, or strongest person, then let's have a discussion and let's create something fair and equal that allows the women to do their thing without being stamped on.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's what needs to happen. And
exactly.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. What do you think in the comments? Hit me up in the comment section. What do you think should be done about this, and what is the fix?
I am interested in seeing that comment section. We are definitely looking at this.
What is the remedy? What is the cure?
I think eat and delete. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you just simply revoke it and say it didn't happen. Like that. Yeah, like.
Completely agree. The obvious solution doesn't even need to be stated.
We had somebody that like was a biological male that competed in a women's competition. We didn't know at the time. Our bad.
It's cheating. Someone gets caught cheating, their prize is revoked.
And yeah, now the actual winner is this other person. I feel like it's super simple. Yeah. There it is.
But for me, you know, as I say, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't stand for it. And I'm
Based.
sure Andrea's dad
Absolutely
would be
based.
the same. Mum and dad would be furious, alive or not. I don't know what they are. I'm sorry, Andrea, but I'm sure they would be not happy hearing their daughter
Sure.
lost something that she fought her entire life for to a man.
Oh.
It's just unfair.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and talk about that. Yeah, just it's happening a lot in sports, isn't it? It's been going on in swimming.
It did happen in
boxing.
swimming.
Yep.
I saw that. The Olympics.
Over Olympic sport.
And they changed the rules for the Olympic Games because of that. The Olympics recently ruled that anybody who's not a biological female cannot compete in a women's league, which is like, I mean, it's crazy. You know what's so insane?
It's crazy that they had to actually state that rule.
Is the fact that we're even talking about this. What the fuck is going on? Can you believe that? Oh my God.
We just need to.
Wow.
We all need to find a middle ground, and we all need to find a
That was
place
confirmed.
where everyone can be happy.
I think it
but
was.
Also,
Let's go back.
Before I forget, they stripped. Yeah, the organizers claimed that the rules clearly state that competitors must disclose their biological sex. So it's actually happened. Great. Trans activists are going to be furious, of course. We should check Twitter. He only won by 1 point. Yeah, he definitely didn't deserve it. That shows how dominating Andrea Thompson's victory was. Right here.
Fair as well. You've got to be fair to people. As I say, these people sacrifice their lives for sport. Parents sacrifice their lives for their kids, taking their kids to sessions when they're kids. You know, everyone.
Oh yes, in a lot of these cases, the parents sacrifice so much of their times to enable their kids. It's not just unfair to the kids; it's unfair to the parents.
And it's also like, it's just common sense, right? You've got 12 competitors, 20 competitors, and one person is competing on an uneven playing field. Well, that ruins the competition for everybody else. Even if, like, let's say you get third place instead of
Again, a trainee man is up here above all the women.
second place. Let's say you get seventh place instead of eighth place. That's still a person that shouldn't be there. And like, I don't understand how anybody can look at this and not see that this is just a blatant level of unfairness that should never be tolerated by anybody. Like, I view this issue as like the hyper leftist, like flat earth issue. This is the kind of stuff to me that it's like, okay, well, if you believe this, you have departed from the realm of rationality. Like, it's very obvious that biologically there's difference between men and women, like in terms of like, you know, athletes.
Yes, it's insane that we even have to talk about it.
Athletic performance, right? And like what people are capable of. And so when I see somebody that's like unwilling to accept that, or they're going to try to like, you know, make exceptions and try to like, oh, but what about this other thing that doesn't make sense? You really like, I mean, you're talking to a retard, right? You're talking to a retard. You're talking to somebody who has been ideologically captured, and they're not thinking about things.
So much time and dedication goes into this, just needs to be put right. So hit me up in the comments. What do you think should happen? What do you think should be done? And what is the answer to all this? And Jamie Booker, like, not going to mock you at all. I'm just going to say, just speak to people. You've got to be upfront about this shit.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, if you want to be a trans, like, you know, power lifter or like athlete, then go ahead.
Be honest.
You know, more power.
Don't cheat.
To you. The problem isn't that you're trans and you're doing the sport. The problem is you're actively trying to compete against women and take away their representation in the sport. That's the actual problem.
Yeah, destroy the hopes and dreams of an untold number of women to enable your own satisfaction and happiness.
Like, that's what people are actually mad about. And this is, I think the problem is that, like, this one individual person is not really reflective of, like, this isn't the, like, believe it or not, all trans people don't think that this person is great, right? Like, there's obviously, like, you know, going to be contention even inside of that community as to whether this is acceptable or not. And I think a lot of them probably are going to think the same thing that Eddie thinks. They're probably going to think the same thing I think, like, where it's like,
there are sane people in every community. The problem is the activists that aren't even trans, really.
Okay, well, yeah, we just want to be treated this way in society, but like obviously in situations where it's biological, there should be a difference. Of course, it's common sense. But the problem is that there are some people that try to interject themselves and put themselves into the conversation that are really just doing it for virtue signal points, right? They don't really care about trans issues. They don't care about trans people. They don't care about equality. They don't care about fairness. They don't care about anything, right? The only thing that they care about is inserting themselves into a space and then acting as the arbiter of what's good and what's bad, and then appointing themselves as the person who's good. That's really what they're doing, because in my opinion, I think that stuff like this and the defense of it and the obfuscation of it being bad is actually doing more damage to trans people than transphobes are. I think that it is, because the reason why is that a lot of people that hate trans people are, you know, sometimes they can be like very extreme, and it can go to the point where I think sometimes it's irrational, right? It's like just a little bit too far. It's like, you know, you've crossed over from like criticism into like harassment and like hostility and just being mean. And so, but what this does, I think, is that it radicalizes a lot of average people, a lot of...
Oh, yes, absolutely. There never would have been any anti-trans stuff if it wasn't for this men and women's sports and in women's spaces. There wouldn't have been a problem. They'd be unsafe. Like, there's no people mocking furries, but there's not like a campaign against furries. It's just role play that if they want to role play on their own time, sure, fine, whatever. Trans would have been the same way. It was when trans community and trans activists tried to impose their role play on the world. That's the reason for the backlash.
Like well-meaning, good-intentioned, average, everyday people, whenever they see something like this happen, and then they see it being defended, and I think that that's what really kind of pushes people away from supporting the cause. Being trans is irrational. It is irrational, but people, I mean, getting tattoos.
To tell you the truth, honestly, if someone wants to be trans and they're not part of the group that's trying to force it on others, it's in the same category as smoking to me. It's probably not the best for your way of life. You probably might be happier if you didn't do that, but you do you. I mean, I'm not going to like go around attacking smokers for doing something. It's your life. But if you're doing something that affects others, then it's an entirely different ballgame. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.